sell me this pen. This is the iconic scene from the famous movie Wolf of the Wall Street. For those of you who haven't seen this movie, Leonardo DiCaprio plays role of a stockbroker who's known for his flamboyant and winning sales pitches. He can sell any stock to anyone. If ever there was a movie made on how to make a sales pitch, then this is the one. We all have an important lesson to draw out of this movie. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Some of you might be thinking, what have I got to do with a sales pitch? How many of you are thinking on those lines? Quite a few. Well, I work in finance department. Some of you work in operations. And some take off the beaten track the exclusive IT department. Let me tell you, making a sales pitch is integral to a winsome communication style. Let me tell you, or even better, let me show it to you. Imagine you are being pulled by a traffic policeman. He asks you, what were you up to? What do you do? You pull a cute smile. At that moment, you're the politest and the most harmless person alive on the earth. You make a sales pitch on why you should be let off this time without a penalty. Don't laugh. Even my father pulls that cute smile. He never smiles to my mother. He has reserved all that smile for the traffic policeman. What do you do when your manager asks you, why do you deserve that hike? You make a sales pitch. God is kind to those who are kind to human beings. If you give me this hike, I'll pray to God to give you twice the hike. Never flies, but we make a sales pitch. What do you do when your wife asks you to go out, get grocery? You make a pitch. I'm under the weather. A minute ago, you were laughing out loud on a joke sent on WhatsApp on a plight of a husband. The irony of the situation is, you're out, before you know, lugging the grocery around. And then you spot Mr. Sharmaji doing the same. You feel contented. Even Mr. Sharma, despite all his achievement, is not spared from this cruelty. Now, I hope all of you will come to agree with me that we all make sales pitches day in, day out. In fact, sales pitch is next to an important survival skill, if not the survival skill. More often than not, we are making impromptu sales pitches, not the premeditated ones. And here, there's an important lesson that we can draw out of the movie, Wolf of the Wall Street. And let me demonstrate that to you. There's a hypothetical Mr. A. He wakes up one Saturday morning, humming a song to himself out of tune. His wife cannot stand that song, asks him, honey, would you care to join me for shopping? He's newly married. He mistakes it for a question. He answers, no. What? Why can't you join me for shopping? He believes honesty is the foundation of marriage. He answers, well, I want to sleep. Oh, you would rather sleep than join me for shopping? We all know how that story ended. He went for shopping, his wife shopped more because she was angry, healing therapy. But let's take a similar situation for Mr. B. Mr. B wakes up same morning, singing a happy song with the same question. He answers, well, of course, I can join you. But on this beautiful journey called shopping, you would need someone who has a sound judgment, an eye for a discount. Me, on the other hand, cannot differentiate a red from an orange. His wife thinks hard. Then who should I take along? Another woman. He thinks hard. Which of his friend always pays the debt? Calls him. Hey Abhishek, Do you want to play FIFA? Well, my wife was planning to go shopping and I slipped that your wife can join. Of course, you are buying dinner. Now, these both A and B are fictional characters and not out of my book. And I'm not saying this because my sister-in-law is here. I really don't know these guys. But the moot point here is, A, when he was responding, was answering keeping himself in the position. Why I can't go. While B, on the other hand, was always answering why you should take someone else. A was putting himself in the frame of reference, while B was putting his audience in the frame of reference. How often we mistake our audience and try to answer, including ourselves, in the center of frame of reference? Let me demonstrate that to you. Send me this pen. You, sir, are hopelessly in love. And if you write that letter with this pen, I can tell you, the deal is sealed. Your words may or may not move her, but the aromatic ink of this pen will make her hold this letter close to her heart. Now, for waking up next to her every morning, 2,000 is a very small price. I'll take Google Pay as well. Send me this pen. Thank you all.